Welcome back, everybody. This is Shannon Beyond broadcasting from the Mullet River Sprint Track, home of Down Squad Racing. We got a wild one today. 11 cars are going to be racing in the finals for the Formula One versus station wagons. We have never had more than 7 cars on this track at one time. We don't know if the cars are going to be able to handle it, if the track's going to be able to handle it, but it's game time. Let's crown a champion for F1 versus station wagons. Let's meet our drivers for today. First up, we have N Count Racing. That is Lightning Dude in the station wagon, Thunder Girl in the F1 car. Then we have Lily's Boneyard. Now that just says Lily and Willie, but you know that's Lily the dog in the station wagon and Willie the dog in the F1 car. Numbskull Racing next with Skull in the wagon, Numb in the F1 car. That does it for our teams. Let's go through our solo drivers for today. Here is Misty G in that green station wagon for Puff Racing. Let's head on over to Bent Rod Racing, where you got Boba Bent ready in that F1 car number 23. Here we go with NDR Racing. That's Chicken George in that Porsche station wagon. Here is Dangerous Dawn in that station wagon driving for Vapor Racing. Last but definitely not least is Sawyer driving for Uncle Elvis Racing. Let's head on over to the rules today. There's going to be 11 cars, so we're going to do 11 laps instead of 6. Points go from 11-10 on down. If there is a tie at the end for first place, we're going to sudden death. There's going to be a lot of cars going down the track, so let's look at some keys to winning today. If you are in the first 4 cars of a lap, you got to score some big points. If you're in the middle 4, avoid the crash. You know what's going to happen. Back 3, just survive, man. F1 cars, you got to do your best to stay on the track. Station wagons, you got to do your best not to flip. Finals for F1 versus station wagons starts now. Here's your lap 1 grid. That is Lightning Dude and Numb will be in the first row. Second row will be Willie the Dog and Sawyer. Missy G and Boba Bent in row 3. Dangerous Dawn and Chicken George in row 4. Lily the Dog and Skull in row 5. And all the way back there in that caboose position is Thunder Girl. Lightning Dude and Numb have to take advantage of this and score some points right off the bat. Lightning Dude takes him on down to the carousel, gets the hole shots out in front. Willie the Dog right behind him in second place. Misty G back in third. Lightning Dude takes the lap. I'm not sure who finished second between Willie the Dog and Misty G. There is Lily the Dog upside down with Skull, 2 DNFs right there. And all the way up in the hard left is Numb, who started in second place, and Boba Bent. Let's take a look at the replay. Head on down to the carousel. Watch Numb coming down this hill here. Gets knocked off by Willie the Dog. That's Sawyer barely staying on. Boba Bent also off in the hard left. Let's take another look at this. Look in the back. That is Lily the Dog shoving Boba Bent off, and then Chicken George flipping Lily the Dog, and then that shoves Thunder Girl right off the track. Everyone else heads on down through the Phil Collins corner towards the finish line. Our finishing order is Lightning Dude gets first place. Lily the Dog, after going for a ride on in front of Missy's car, gets second place. That's Missy G, Dangerous Dawn, Sawyer, and Chicken George riding out those who finished lap 1. Wow, did Willie the Dog just barely get Misty G at the finish line. Let's head over to the standings after the first lap. Right now, first place is Lightning Dude, Willie the Dog right behind him. Lily, Skull, Numb, Boba, and Thunder. You're going to have those guys starting at the back. They're not going to get some finishes. They're going to have to catch up later. Here we go to lap 2. Numb and Sawyer will be in front. Numb needs to score some points here. Lightning Dude and Boba Bent in lap 2. Way back in the caboose position is Lily the Dog. Numb sitting in front in that pole position. Needs some points after DNFing lap 1. Next one is Sawyer coming on down to the carousel. Numb gets the hole shot, and that is Sawyer flipping upside down. Lightning Dude goes up to second place. Can't catch up to Numb, but does finish in second. There is a pile of cars at the finish line. Let's go to the replay. We're going to have to find out who finished and who just fell short there. Let's head to the replay. On the start, if you watch Lily the Dog gets kind of stuck on top. The track does need to be fixed there, but we decided not to fix it because it wouldn't be fair for those who already had to deal with it. We'll keep an eye on that as this race goes on. Heading down the hill, that is where Sawyer loses it, and Willie the Dog takes a long ride off the side of the track. Sawyer slides all the way down the track upside down past the finish line, thanks to that huge line of cars behind him. Let's look at our finishing order. That is Numbed and Lightning Dude. Boba Bent gets across. Chicken George and Sawyer upside down and Skull. Right at the end, Misty G hit the finish line and that just stopped the momentum. The cars behind her could not get by. DNFs for all those guys. Here are your current standings after lap 2. Lightning Dude up front with 21 points. Sawyer and Chicken George tied for 14. Everybody's on the board except for Lily the Dog and Thunder Girl. They're gonna have to get on their horse and score some points. Here is your grid for lap 2. Sawyer and Boba Bent will be up front. Right behind them is Numb and Chicken George. Dangerous Dawn is all the way back in the caboose position. We're gonna have to see if Sawyer or Boba Bent can take advantage of lap 3 and score some points. Here they are, and that is Boba Bent getting a great start. He does get the hole shot and then starts blocking, and that is Sawyer right behind him, both going backwards past the finish line. I believe Skull got third. There's a lot of things going on going into that hard left. We're gonna have to see in the replay here and see what all happened. There is Lily the Dog upside down, Chicken George, Thunder Girl, Dangerous Dawn, all DNFing. Let's see what happened to all of them. Pretty good start by everybody heading down to the carousel, but coming out of the carousel, that's when Boba Bent and Sawyer spin sideways and everybody just gets popped up. Sawyer does a full barrel roll and goes on to get second place. Watch second place here. Full barrel roll coming out of the hard left. Still straightens it out, doing a hang 10 going into the hang 10 corner. Straightens it out while there's chaos behind him. Skull gets sideways heading into the Phil Collins corner. It's his teammate Numb that actually saves him, and they're able to finish third and fourth. Your finishing order is Boba Bent, Sawyer, Skull, Numb, Lightning Dude, Misty G, and almost an upside down Lily the Dog. Lily has DNF 3 times. A fan favorite here. We're gonna have to see if she can turn this around. Let's head on over to the standings and see where we sit. Lightning Dude is your leader with 28 points. Sawyer right behind him with 24 points. Boba Bent with 20. Numb falling a little bit. Lily the Dog and Thunder Girl have still yet to finish a lap. Heading into lap 4. Boba Bent is going to be on the pole position next to Chicken George. Great chance to score some points while already being in the top 3. All the way back is Misty G in the caboose position. Here we go, lap 4. Boba Bent and Chicken George. Chicken George gets a great start. Skull right next to Boba Bent already. Chicken George gets a hole shot. Skull's upside down. Sawyer passes and gets second place. I'm not sure what happened to Boba Bent. One moment he was there, the next he's gone. Let's check out the replay. Skull gets a great start, but keep your eye on the purple car right behind him. He's gonna get shoved off the track by the F1 car. That's Boba Bent shoving Skull off the track. Skull ain't having it, comes back on the track and just nails Boba Bent off the track as well. Watch this. Right about this point, Boba Bent knew that he messed up. Bam! There goes Boba Bent off the track. Skull's upside down, but will finish this lap after being completely off the track. Craziness. I know this is a weird camera angle here. I don't know what's going on, guys. We're gonna see it in another camera angle. But your finishing order is, let's take a look at this. That is Chicken George, Sawyer, Lily, Dawn, Skull, Numb, Lightning Dude, Misty G, and then Willie the Dog. Let's take a look at the standings after lap 4. That is Sawyer up front with 34 points, Lightning Dude with 33, Numb with 25, tied with Chicken George. Lily the Dog finally on the board with 9 points. Let's head over to your lap 5 grid. That is Chicken George and Skull are up front in that front row. Boba Bent and Thunder Girl in row 2. Really the Dog all the way back in that caboose position. Here we go with lap 5. That's Chicken George taking him on down to the carousel. Skull gets a great start. Skull gets a hole shot. And that is Chicken George being shoved off the track by Thunder Girl, who takes second place. Skull took first. Let's go to the replay. Thunder Girl finally gets on the board. I don't think she was messing around anymore. Instead of being shoved off the track, she's starting to shove people off the track. Lightning Dude and Willie the Dog get hung up on the starting gate. Everybody else gets to the carousel clean, heading down to the hard left. Watch Thunder Girl, who's in second place, going through the hard left and just shoving Chicken George right off the track with a little bit of help of Lily the Dog. You know, it seems like a lot of people being shoved off the track today are being pushed off the track by dogs. Willie or Lily. Let's go to our finishing order for this lap. Skull does get across the finish line first. Behind him is Thunder Girl, Lily the dog, Dangerous Dawn, Boba Bent, Missy G, Sawyer, Numb, Lightning Dude, Willie the dog. That's a lot of people getting across the finish line. These drivers are starting to figure out this track with 11 cars on it and how to survive. 9 out of the 11 cars finished that lap, including all 3 cars that were in the back. Here are your standings after lap 5. Sawyer still in front with 39 points, Lightning Dude with 36, Skull jumping up with 33 points, Numb with 29, Boba Bent 27, all the way on down. Everyone has points, Thunder Girl with 10. Here's the grid for lap 6. Skull and Thunder Girl are up front, Chicken George and Lily the dog right behind them, Lightning Dude all the way in the back in that caboose position. Here we go with lap 6. Skull in that pole position takes him on down to the carousel. Gets the hole shot over Thunder Girl. Thunder Girl spins out. Lily the dog is right behind Skull past the finish line. I think Chicken George got 3rd. Thunder Girl went for a wild ride coming out of the hard left. Let's take a look at that. Coming off the starting gate, we do have that issue back there, but you know, it's making it fair for everyone to have to go through it. That's Numb and Lightning Dude getting a little caught up in it. Coming down the hill, you can see Thunder Girl already going off the track. Gets off the track, comes back up, and just goes on its side like it's a Dukes of Hazzard coming on the hard left into the hang 10. Watch this. Already halfway off the track, Lily the dog makes her move past Thunder Girl. Thunder Girl gets up on 2 wheels all the way between the hard left and the hang 10 corner. Behind them, that is Missy G getting sideways. Thunder Girl is going backwards. In the meantime, Dangerous Dawn makes a couple passes. Wait a minute. Did everybody finish that lap? I think all 11 cars finished that lap. Finishing order: Skull, Lily, Chicken George, Dawn, Thunder Girl, Missy G, Sawyer, Bubba Bent, Willie the dog, Numb, Lightning Dude. All 11 cars finish. Sawyer still up front with 44 points. Skull now tied for that first place position with also 44 points. Lightning Dude 37 points. Chicken George 35. Here is your lap 7 grid. Thunder Girl will be up front with Lily the dog, Skull and Dangerous Dawn in row 2. All the way in the back is Numb in that caboose position. Numb is trying his best to stay up front with the leaders. Here is Thunder Girl and Lily the dog heading on down to the carousel. Thunder Girl does get the hole shot, gets sideways. Here is Skull putting a move on Thunder Girl. Gets past Thunder Girl in Champ's corner and takes first place over Thunder Girl, who gets second. There is a pile of cars in Champ's corner. I believe that's Dawn, Boba Bent, Sawyer, and Numb. Lightning Dude upside down on the track just after the hard left. Let's take a look at what happened. Of course, right after you have the entire field finish a lap, something amazing that we've never seen on this track happens here. Watch Skull, purple and green car, coming down the hill, rolls it just like Sawyer did before. Sawyer finished, but not only did Skull roll it, he passes Lily the dog and Thunder Girl in Champ's corner and finishes first. What a great lap for Skull. Not a great lap for Willie the dog, who just went flying. Dangerous Dawn does roll it going down the hill. I don't know what happens to Lightning Dude here. I believe he gets off the track. Yep, there he is, and flips it in the hard left, trying to straighten himself out. And really, it's only those front cars get past all the chaos and carnage. Watch Numb here underneath Sawyer. Those two just going at it. Numb stops. Sawyer comes to a stop in Champ's corner. Numb ain't having it, going down there to let him know what he thinks and flips Sawyer right on over. Your finishing order is Skull, Thunder Girl, Lily the dog, Chicken George. And watch down here in Champ's corner. Here comes Numb to let Sawyer know what he thinks of him. Bam, flips him over. I believe we have a new leader in the standings. That is Skull, all the way up there with 55 points. Sawyer with 44. Chicken George gets back into it with 42. Lightning Dude with 37, tied with Lily the dog. Here is the grid for lap 8. 4 laps left. Lily the dog and Dangerous Dawn are in row 1. Thunder Girl and Missy G right behind him. All the way back in that caboose position is Sawyer. Lily the dog DNF'd the first 3 laps and is somehow now in the top 5. And is also crooked at the starting gate. Heads on down to the carousel. Lily the dog with the hole shot. That is Thunder Girl flipping around. Dangerous Dawn challenging Lily the dog for lead, but can't get by her. I believe that was Missy G in third and Skull in fourth. Skull hanging around those top 3 or 4 positions all the time. I'm not sure what was up with Lily's car at the starting gate, but man, she still got a great start. Watch coming out of the carousel, Thunder Girl just flips going down the hill. You can see these cars getting air coming out of the carousel. I think they're just bunching up and the guys in the back just punch each other forward. Those F1 cars are having a hard time, and that was Thunder Girl just launching off the side after the hard left. Everybody makes through the Phil Collins corner. Champ's corner as well. Lily has just been pouring it on these last couple laps. We're going to have to see where that puts her in the standings. Let's go to your finishing order for lap 8. That's Lily the dog, Dangerous Dawn, Misty G, Skull. Gets a little crazy behind them, but that is Chicken George, Willie the dog, and Sawyer. Boba Bent and Numb will round it out for lap 8. Look at this. Numb actually drives underneath Boba Bent and gets to that finish line before Boba, getting 1 extra point. Every point matters. That's one way to get an extra one. Here is the current standings. Skull still up front with 61 points, Sawyer with 50, Chicken George with 49. Lily the dog gets up there in 4th place with 48 points. Dangerous Dawn and Missy G moving forward. Here is your lap 9 grid with Dangerous Dawn and Missy G right up front. The team of Lily and Willie the dog right behind them. And that is Boba Bent all the way in the back in that caboose position. Here we go with lap 9. Dangerous Dawn in that pole position waiting for the green light. And they're off. Misty G gets a great start, but that's Dawn getting the whole shot. Misty G in second, but that is Dawn taking off in first. We'll get the lap Misty G and then Willie the dog in third. Check out the parking lot in Champ's corner. I'm not sure what happened here, but that is Lily the dog upside down, reminiscence of the first 3 laps. Boba Ben has the trouble getting past the starting gate here, but look at everybody coming out of the carousel. That is when Willie the dog gets sideways. Lily the dog flips over, and chaos ensues. If you look here, by the time Boba Bent headed down that hill, Dangerous Dawn was already through the Phil Collins corner. Just cars going sideways, upside down, all the way through the track. Everybody having a wheel off the track. Skull upside down. That's Boba Bent with a wheel off the track. Just chaos ensuing. Your finishing order is Dangerous Dawn, Misty G, Willie the dog, Lightning Dude. Thunder Girl gets some points. Everybody else DNFs. This will shake up the standings a bit with only 2 laps left. Skull still on top with 61 points. Dangerous Dawn all the way up into 2nd place with 53 points. Sawyer and Missy G are now tied for 3rd place. Chicken George dropping down to 4th place. Here is your order for lap 10. Misty G and Willie the dog will be up front. Dangerous Dawn and Lightning Dude in row 2. Chicken George all the way back in the caboose position. This is a chance for Missy G and Willie Dog get some good points here. Missy G gets a great start, gets the whole shot. Dangerous Dawn right behind her. Everyone heading on through the Champ's corner, and that is Missy G taking the lap with Dangerous Dawn in 2nd. I believe Willie the dog got 3rd again. I'm not sure if Boba Ben got across the finish line there. We're gonna have to see what happened. Everyone gets through the starting gate just fine. Heading through the carousel and on down the hill. Everyone seems to be doing okay heading to the hard left except for Sawyer, who's in the back upside down. Sawyer gets in the way of both Boba Ben and Chicken George. Chicken George does get around him, and I believe he finishes the lap. Look at Skull getting off the track going into the Phil Collins corner. That's when he flips over. Here's the lap 10 finishing order. Misty G, Dangerous Dawn, Willie the dog, Lightning Dude, Lily the dog, Numb. Thunder Girl comes across sideways. Chicken George makes it, and that is Boba Bent almost getting past the finish line, but doesn't. He goes back to talk to Skull. I wish I was a fly on the wall of that conversation. They've been shoving each other around all day. Here's the current standings after lap 10. We have a new leader. Dangerous Dawn up front with 63 points. Skull with 61. Misty G with 61. Lily Dog with 55. Chicken George with 53, tied with Lightning Dude. Everyone from Lightning Dude all the way up to Dangerous Dawn has a chance to win in this last lap. Willie the dog and Lightning Dude will be in the front row. Missy G and Numb will be in row 2. Dangerous Dawn, your current leader, and Sawyer will be in row 3. Skull all the way back, has some work to do from that caboose position. Last lap for a championship. Here is Willie the dog taking him down through the carousel, gets the whole shot. That's Missy just right behind Willie, challenging for first place. Can't get by Willie, who takes lap 11. Boba Bent can't make it to the finish line again. Thunder Girl upside down coming out of the champ's corner. Let's take a look at this replay as everyone does the math to find out who the champion of this race is going to be. The worst possible start can happen for Skull. Just gets hung up on the start and finish line. Going through the carousel, it's Dangerous Dawn that pushes Missy G all the way up into second place. They're heading on through the hard left here into the hang 10 corner. Numb spins it going into the Phil Collins corner. Thunder Girl gets sideways going into Champs and just gets hit hard by Boba Bent, who cannot catch a break. Boba Bent hits Thunder Girl and Chicken George just gets by them both. Here's your finishing order for your last lap. Finishing first was Willie the dog. And then it's Missy G, Lightning Dude, Dangerous Dawn, Numb, Sawyer, Lily the dog, and Chicken George. Let's find out who won this thing. And your champ is... still waiting. This wait is getting ridiculous. Who did this editing? Really? Anytime now. Okay, finally, here it is. Dangerous Dawn and Missy G tied. We're going to sudden death. 11 laps down, we have a tie for first place. That means here on the Mullet River Sprint Track, everybody is still in it. We keep going until someone finishes with more points than everybody else. That means everyone's points will still count, everybody races. Grid is set by points. Dangerous Dawn, Missy G up front. Lily the dog, Skull, Lightning Dude, Missy G, Dangerous Dawn, all have a chance to win on this lap. Missy G will actually have the inside advantage starting from the pole due to having better finishes through the first 11 laps. Here we go. Dangerous Dawn on the outside. They head on down to the carousel. They are dead even. Missy G gets in front. Dawn tries to pass. Dawn flips in the hard left. That's Lily the dog passing everybody for second place. Missy G is your winner and your champion for F1 versus Station Wagons. Let's take a look at the overtime sudden death lap. There is a pile of F1 cars just sitting before the finish line. Here's that beginning. They started dead even going down to the carousel. Missy G just got out in front just by a little bit. Dawn tries to pass, but Missy G puts on the block. Dawn could not get by Missy G heading on down the hill. Let's see what happens to Dawn. She flips it in the hard left. Missy G almost loses control, but hangs on through the hang 10. Lightning Dude and Skull both do not make it to the Phil Collins corner. Lily the dog just snicks through everybody to take second place for this lap. Here's the flip again. Right there, Lily the dog is in fifth. Gets by everybody just through these corners here. Lightning Dude and Skull just can't get past Dawn, which ends their day falling off the Phil Collins corner. Here's the advantage from the Phil Collins corner. You're gonna see both Lightning Dude and Skull go off the track here. Just disappeared from the inside. Oh, that is Lightning Dude taking a ride. Just remember, everyone's points do count for this last lap. Those DNFs are gonna affect the final standings. Here is your lap order for the sudden death lap. Missy G, your champ. Lily the dog. Coming across, that still is Dangerous Dawn finishing third. I believe Sawyer beat out Chicken George there, but that was really close. Here are your final results. Misty G is your champ with 82 points. Dangerous Dawn still in second with 80 points. Lily the dog gets all the way up onto the podium, finishing third overall. Amazing job by everybody else. Chicken George, Lightning Dude, Sawyer, Skull, Willie the dog, Numb, Thunder Girl, Boba Bent, all with amazing cars. All with a crazy day here at the Mullet River Sprint Track. Congratulations to Missy G, your champion for F1 versus Station Wagons. That was nuts. Make sure you sign up for our Corvette Corral event. That's Corvettes here at the track. That's our next race. You can find that over at redlinederby.com. Thanks to all the drivers who entered this event. That was a blast. You know what? Here is every single lap today in real time. Thanks again for joining us today. We'll see you next time at the Mullet River Sprint Track. See ya! Do 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 do. Mullet River Sprint Track.